Peace be to you all. AsSalama'laikum. This is Omar Abdul Malik, physician assistant and health educator. So I'm excited on my run. This is my power walk actually. I got a new 20-pound weight vest by Fitness Gear. It's like $60. I'll put the link in the description. And then SPRI 10-pound SPRI. They're supposed to be ankle weights, but I'm wearing them on my arm. Woo. This is really hard walking this beautiful woods here. So I wanted to talk to you guys about being impactful, especially for those of you guys who are going into the allied health field, no matter what venue you're in, whether it's a CNA or a surgeon or a hospital administrator or a PA or a nurse. Try to encourage you, first encourage myself, but also encourage you to see where you can make the most positive impact. You know, there's so much going on in this world. There's wars and acts of genocide and starvation, famine, which I guess is starvation. But you know, here in our own communities and abroad, and I've been alive for a long time now. I'm well in my 50s, and all the situations have just gotten worse. You know, they die down for a little bit and then they flare up and get even worse. So even with everything, and I'm not even talking about two countries or two regions or two groups of people fighting in particular. It's everywhere, just about everywhere on the planet where there's large groups of humans. We're fighting, we're suffering in some way. So I realize that I'm one guy, you know, and however I describe myself, you know, Black American, middle-aged, clinician, health educator, Muslim guy, whatever, however people want to describe me, you know, I'm one individual, and I can only make with so much of an impact, a very small impact. Now I can act with in concert with people in a collective to try to be more impactful, but we're not always going to agree. When I was younger and unmarried with no kids and not a demanding job, I used to go to protests. You know, in Washington, D.C., we have protests literally every week about something by some different group. Everybody demanding their rights, and everybody with the same slogans: 2, 4, 6, 8. Who don't we appreciate? This guy who's in charge. You know, Republicans and Democrats fighting with each other, and independents. What about us? Yeah, healthcare system, health issues. It's unending, and I think it's just our human nature. Maybe it's a way to keep our numbers down or something. But I've found is the older I get and the less time I have in this life, you know, there's a sense of urgency I have. Because like, listen, how much longer could I possibly be around? And not only that, how much longer could I be healthy enough to even voice my opinion or, you know, be physically fit enough to move around and do stuff effectively before I, you know, get injured or sick and become somebody's patient. Like a place where I work, a long-term acute care management place, and yeah, then my insurance only pays for a few weeks stay, and then I gotta go out to a nursing home or something, or some skilled nursing facility. You know, I don't have that much time. So the impact that I make becomes increasingly smaller. So I got to use that time wisely. I talked about this before, but I got to focus my impact. I can impact myself. I'm out here walking. I try to have a good diet. Use what little, with the education that I've garnered over the past few decades. Share it with others if they're receptive to it. Tell you about how to have a great career as a PA or a health educator or a nurse or whatever you want to do. I can impact those in my immediate circle, so family, friends, and coworkers, and encourage them, hey, could you teach the people about this? I'm not a medical doctor, but you're a medical doctor. Maybe you can tell students how to get into medical school. I'm not a nurse, but you're a nurse. Maybe you could tell them about nursing. And I can impact, the broader community that way. Because now we have internet. We didn't have this when I was much younger. So we have a world community. So hopefully my impact gets to be a bit wider. But that's really what I'm looking at now, is being a positive impact on, number one, myself, then my family, then friends, then community, and then, my country, and then the world. And that's what I try to encourage you all to do to the greatest degree possible. We can't really stop war and, acts of aggression upon, in other countries, and we can't feed all of the starving people. We can't house all of the homeless, but there's different things you can do. So just find a cause, about which you are very ardent, and come up with some type of plan where you can help in some way. I had this this idea. I originally wanted to go to medical school a few decades ago, in my early 20s, like 20, because I thought I had this idea that doctors could do all this stuff. Everybody listens to doctors. If you have doctors, if you become an MD, you'll have power. Having worked with doctors over the past 2 decades, I've listened to so many of them complain that they've lost autonomy in many respects. They don't get reimbursed like they used to, the big money that they used to make. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning.
Is offset by, vast student loans, and if you have your own practice, the building owner can go up on your lease. So now you got to see even more patients, which decreases your quality of care, and then fight with the insurance companies for reimbursement. And my wife is a medical biller and coder. She tells me, it's a very, very arduous process trying to get doctors reimbursed for procedures and stuff. But that's it. So I'm just trying to be impactful with education and fitness, and help people, encourage people to live a well-balanced lifestyle, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I do believe that there is a spiritual component of of us humans and other animals possibly that we can't see or quantify or qualify. But I hope my walking ramblings have encouraged you in some way. But if you're interested in becoming a clinician or a health educator, PA is the #1 job in the country according to U.S. News and World Report, and health education is the #3 job in education. I'll help you to the degree that I'm able, Lord willing, inshallah. But that's it for now. Wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. Peace.